This guy who's coming, Naruse, he's a friend from high school. He was popular. I was an outcast. Totally opposite standings, but we were similar in an odd way. When we were together, weirdly, we could laugh off any and all bad things. So I was thinking I'd like to have a carefree chat with him again.
I see.
To tell the truth, I had another objective. I hoped that the relationship between me and Miyagi, her watching me with an observing eye, would be misinterpreted by Naruse. It was a pathetic hope, but just once, before I died, I wanted to taste the feeling of being a pretty girl's boyfriend. Hey, Miss Observer, I've got a request.
Excuse me, are you ready to order?
Sure. Coffee for me.
I'll get right on it.
You okay not ordering anything?
You should refrain from talking to me when in public.
What? Is that a problem?
I believe I did explain this to you at the start, but, well, you see, the presence of us observers cannot be sensed by anyone except for those we observe. Like so. Any sensation I give to a person is treated as if it didn't happen. The point being, Mr. Kusunoki, that you currently appear as if you are talking to air. So, your request was?
Forget it. Maybe I won't meet with Naruse after all.
Welcome.
Hey, Kusunoki. Long time no see. You been doing good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Come on, man. We should keep in touch more. Oh, hot coffee for me.
By the time we'd told each other how things were going, we started speaking candidly with one another, as if back in high school. As we laughed about pointless stuff, I was able to forget about my enroaching death. Until that came out of his mouth. I'd say I was having fun.
By the way, Kusunoki, do you still draw at all?
Nah, I haven't done any drawing ever since I got to college.
Thought so. If you were still drawing, I don't know what I would have done.
That put an end to it. Hey, Naruse, that's the one thing you can't laugh at. True, I gave up on it, but even so, that absolutely doesn't mean it's something that's okay to laugh at. And I thought you, at least, would have understood that.
Now then, let's compare answers.
Be quiet.
It would seem you've just come to hate Mr. Naruse a bit. But in truth, Mr. Naruse too is not as fond of you as you may believe. Originally, you would have met Mr. Naruse 2 years from now, in a way similar to today, and a minor thing would lead to a dispute ending with the two of you angrily parting. You should cut it off soon before it reaches that point.
Shut up.
Nothing good will come from placing your hopes in this man.
You. All of you. Shut up! I didn't feel any regret for leaving Naruse like that. Perhaps I didn't really care for Naruse the person, but via his approval of my thoughts, I hoped I could love myself. And while Naruse had changed, I never did. Maybe it was Naruse who was in the right. Hey, Miss Observer. I'm sorry about what I did back there. You're not hurt?
I am not. Unfortunately.
Hey, I really am sorry.
It's fine, because it didn't hit.
When you're done with that observation log or whatever, you want a drink?
Are you saying that you want to drink with me?
Well, yeah. I'm lonely.
I see. Well, apologies, but I can't. I'm on the job.
You should have just said that first then.
Sorry. I just found it a bit odd. I was unsure why you would say something like that. I mean...
I get lonely sometimes. Like anybody else.
I see.
Looks like I need to revise my view of things. As close as I was to death, the world wouldn't suddenly get nicer. That should have been clear, but it seemed I was still hoping, deep down. I decided to write a will. What did I want to impart, and to who? When I closed my eyes to think about it, I immediately thought of my childhood friend, Himeno. So I tried, taking about an hour to write a letter to her. To summarize what I ended up with. Nope. When was the last time I wrote a letter?
I want you to write a letter to yourself 10 years from now. Did your dream come true? Or are you happy? Or please don't forget about this? Might be good things to write. Also, at the end of the letter, please write the name of the person who's your best friend now.
How do you plan to spend today?
Time capsule raiding.
Surely, you won't just sneak into a school and dig holes in the middle of the day.
Naturally, I'll wait for night. Except, this was spur of the moment, and I'm not sure how to pass the time.
Perhaps you might tour some places from your past.
Places from my past, huh? I don't have much of a good past in this town.
With the exception of Miss Himeno, I assume.
Don't bring up her name so lightly. I especially don't want to hear it out of your mouth.
Is that so? I'll be more cautious henceforth.
Gonna be another scorcher. Aren't you invisible to everyone but me?
Essentially, yes.
Always.
Yes. I'm only seen by those I observe, although there are exceptions. Is something the matter?
Nope, nothing. It's just, if nobody can see you, I wondered why you'd fuss over your appearance.
I do it for myself. Even if you had no plans to meet anyone, you would still shower, wouldn't you?
It seemed Miyagi really took offense at that remark. If it were any other girl, I'd have rushed to apologize. But since it was Miyagi, I was glad I could get back at her.
What is this?
A so-called secret base. It's not here. Maybe it was dug up already. Huh? There we go. It was the time capsule buried 10 years ago.